I'm so happy that we're having this conversation, and I'm now going to ask Barbara to come up, who actually is a Canadian-born actress. She's a Gemini Award winner, and she came over and flew over with us, but she has a very deep connection here to Alberta and to the BC coast, and is going to reflect on that. So thank you, Barbara, so much for coming.
I'm really grateful to be here. I'm very humbled. When Jane invited me to accompany her, I jumped at the opportunity because I wanted to have a visceral experience of what is going on with the tar sands. I have to say, my hat's off to Jane. She is so brave, courageous, and she puts her body on the line, you know, and she also, she is so generous to use her own resources to bring attention to the plunder of the earth's resources, and I have nothing but admiration for her. I am in solidarity with all those people who, and especially First Nations people who are opposed to any new pipelines and any further expansion of the tar sands plans. My grandfather was Lakota. He came from South Dakota to Alberta. He sort of became assimilated, I guess. My father left very young and moved to BC. Eventually became a logger. He used to always say there were no prizes for being Indian. And he kind of lived in the shadow of his identity. What he related to more was being a worker, a logger. I grew up in a very working class family. And my brother-in-law worked in the tar sands for over 10 years. So I am sympathetic to the struggles of workers, and you know, the need to go where the work is, where the money is, and of course the tar sands offer the most money. But from everything I've seen, from everything I've read, it just doesn't seem economically viable, and certainly the cost to the environment and our health is such a high price to pay. I think that there has to be a quantum leap forward out of this oil economy. And there are some people who have some great ideas. When the Prime Minister was in Paris at the climate talks, I was very proud to be a Canadian. You know, when he showed his commitment, it was, you know, gee, Canada is really on board. And then, you know, the gestures he made to the Indigenous communities to respect their rights and to move towards reconciliation was very moving to me. But he's just lost all that love with his approval of these pipelines. He has to show some climate leadership and live up to those promises that he made. When we were flying over the tar sands, to me, I got this image of a giant cancer on the body of the earth. And that cancer is spread. The pipelines are the lymph nodes spreading it to different parts of the world, to the Earth's body. There are no borders when it comes to the environment. We are all in this together, and we all have to work together to find solutions before it becomes terminal.